You're staring at a menu. It's been 7 minutes. Everyone else has ordered. The waitress is looking at you, losing patience, and you still can't pick. Or maybe it's bigger than dinner. Maybe you've been sitting on a career decision for 6 months. Maybe you've rewritten the same text message 5 times trying to find the perfect version that doesn't exist. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a voice whispers, "What's wrong with me? Why can't I just choose?" Here's the truth nobody tells you. That's not indecision. That's a brain that's too good at seeing everything. What you're experiencing has a name psychologists use: analysis paralysis. And it doesn't happen because you don't care enough. It happens because you care too much. Your brain is doing exactly what it was trained to do. Today, we're going to unpack the psychology of decision paralysis, what's actually happening inside your head when you freeze, where it comes from, and most importantly, how to gently get yourself unstuck. If this topic hits close to home, hit subscribe. We break down the ideas your brain, your textbooks, and society got somewhat ambiguous every single week. Let's get into it. Most people think indecision looks like an empty mind, a blank screen, nothing loading. The reality is the opposite. Your brain isn't empty, it's overcrowded. When you face a decision, your prefrontal cortex, the planning and analysis center of your brain, starts running simulations. For most people, it runs 2 or 3. For the overthinker, it runs 20, 50, 100. It's mapping out every possible future at the same time. If I take this job, I might regret it in 6 months. But if I stay, I might miss the opportunity. But if I leave and it fails, I'll have burned the bridge. But if I stay and things don't improve, that's not a flaw. That's a supercomputer trying to solve a problem with infinite variables. But here's where it gets painful. Every time your brain runs one of those simulations, it releases a tiny hit of dopamine. Not when you reach an answer, just during the thinking itself. The problem solving feels productive. It feels like progress. Psychologists call this the illusion of mental progress. Your brain is spinning. It feels like work. It feels like you're getting closer, but you're not moving forward. You're just looping. This is why telling someone just decide doesn't work. Your brain has a chemical incentive to keep thinking. It's not being difficult. It's being rewarded. Now here's something interesting. Pause on this for a second. For a lot of overthinkers, this pattern started years ago. When someone grows up in an environment where outcomes felt unpredictable, where a parent's mood could shift without warning, where a small mistake had consequences that didn't match, the young brain learns a survival strategy. It is think ahead, anticipate everything. If you can predict what's coming, maybe you can protect yourself. That is not overthinking. That is self-defense that became a habit. The strategy worked back then. It kept you safe. The problem is, your brain never got the memo that the danger's over. So it's still running the same program, scanning every menu, every text message, every life choice, looking for hidden threats that aren't there anymore. So how do you actually get unstuck? Therapists who work with chronic overthinkers use a concept called cognitive defusion. It sounds fancy, but here's what it really means. When you're panicking and thinking, "This is impossible, I have to figure this out right now," you're trapped in the story. Instead, try taking a tiny step back. Tell yourself, "I'm just noticing that my brain is really worried about this choice." See the difference? When you say, "This is impossible," you're in the fire. But when you say, "My brain is worried," you've created just enough distance to finally breathe. Here's a practical move you can try today. When you're stuck, set a timer for 2 minutes, not to decide, just to write down every option you're considering, without judging any of them. Get them out of your head and onto paper. What happens next surprises most people. The moment the options are outside your brain, the paralysis loses its grip. You can look at them. You can compare them. Because now they're just words on a page, not a storm in your head. The writing it down strategy definitely works. But just staring at a blank page and unable to write anything when your brain is already in overdrive can feel overwhelming. So I put together something to help. It's called the Anti-Loop Workbook. 5 guided exercises that walk you through exactly what we talked about. You can grab it from the link below. So the next time you freeze in front of a menu or a career choice or a text message you can't send, pause. Define what's happening. My brain is running too many futures at once. The moment you name it, you stop being inside the story and start watching it from the outside. And from the outside, you can finally choose. What's one decision you've been overthinking lately? Drop it in the comments. Sometimes just writing it down is the first step out of the loop. If this video landed, like and subscribe. We're here every week decoding the ideas your brain got wrong so you can finally get them right. See you in the next one.